am. Don't you know that he was my man? But I chose to let him go. So why do you like I care about him? Looking at me like I'm hurt. I'm not the one who said I didn't want it to work. Don't you forget I had birds. Stop blaming me. He wasn't man enough of me. You don't know, now here's the chance. I've already had your man. Just where he's been. And I'll be worried about him. That's time you know true. I think he's just a man for you.
Hello, 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 Toni Braxton fans. I just thought it was right that we open with some Toni, given the stage that we're on. Happy Saturday! I don't feel like we've been here like on a solid Saturday in a minute, so it just feels kind of weird to say. I want to say Friday so bad, but welcome in here. We are so happy to have you guys. Hit that like button per usual, and let us know if you are currently watching the Braxtons. Ashlee, how are you feeling?
Hey, I'm feeling good, ready to get into all things the Braxtons, even though it's giving same old Braxtons.
Oh man, I'm just gonna go on because I just caught myself getting completely caught up because I was hoping that it wasn't giving same old, but absolutely, um, 2 episodes in, very same old. I am so sad. I'm so sad because I feel like they were kind of a cornerstone. You know, we know a good Braxton tune, like the Braxton family values, even though there were always like layers of infighting and toxicity, and there was like sisterhood somewhere, and you're gonna get to the love, and you're gonna get a little diddy bop along with it. And you're gonna have a good time and a key. It's just lacking so much of that. So now you're just left with these torn, broken relationships. And I am not happy about it. I am not happy about it because I think, like everybody else, once you heard about Tracy and her passing, there was no choice for them to just not come close together. And like, you know what? Despite everything that has occurred, I don't care who said what. I'm gonna love on my sister because you never know what could happen. It feels like it's done the opposite, and I'm just really dissatisfied with that. Actually, overall thoughts.
I, I had to quit watching in season one. If you've been here, if you're OG, triple OG, and you've been over here in these collective streets, then you know that this is something we approached last season. And I think it was still too raw. It really felt like exploitation. It felt like, what are we doing? I don't want to support or be a part of this family descending even further into the madness and chaos, especially with the loss of Tracy. But we came back and we're like, okay, surely in season two, there could be something else, but literally it's the same thing. It's the same sisters fighting each other. They've introduced some more trauma into the mix. It's just very, very sad. And these are not spring chickens now at this point. These ladies are late 40s, 50s, almost 60, I believe Toni is. And to see that they're still in this place and the preview showing that eventually at some point they may even come to blows, it's beyond. Mother Evelyn, I don't know, girl. You don't have no control over these heifers at this point because it's ridiculous, and it saddens me, Tyra. It brought nothing new. It was the same old thing. However, I will say I wasn't expecting what we got in season two or in episode two. I wasn't expecting the accident. I wasn't expecting that, girl. That was a shock to me. But I mean, it just feels like rehearsing the same traumas and hurts for the last 20 years or however long they've been on TV. And it's sad to me.
Because at this point, I mean, I don't want to see no sessions of y'all having group therapy, reaching out to Ayana, fix my life and whatnot. I
Cussing
don't.
each other out over dinner.
I
Like,
don't have any desires to see that. I just thought that with them returning, it would be for a different energy. And I too, I like to get caught up on what I feel like we missed with season one. And I tried to go back. I couldn't. I didn't like seeing the images of Tracy in hospice in her state. I just feel like some things should be kept privately, even if they wanted to speak on how they felt about it and just the trauma overall of losing her. I understood that, but the images and how it was kind of utilized the first season, it was giving exploitation. And for how they treated Tracy all that time, and where we led up to, that's just not something I wanted to see. And I think we walked away that first season. Well, I know I did. And I was like, I'm just really not interested. When the narrative for the entire time was, we're back because this is what Tracy wanted us to do. And it was supposed to bring awareness to, I forgot, the type of cancer that she had, but just in general, maybe this could be a voice for somebody. It did not give that. And I don't want y'all using Tracy, her state and her hummingbirds for that. I'm not here. And now we're back with uh niece Ashlee, and it's kind of rinse and repeat. And I am just absolutely not feeling it. Thank you so much, Demarcus, for the super chat. Which song is better, Love by Keisha Cole or Love and War by Tamar Braxton? Um, Love by Keisha Cole is classic, okay? Say what you want about Keisha. Classic tune. I'm not putting that down for Love and War by Tamar Braxton. Ashlee?
Somebody said every day. I'm going over there with Tay Tay because one thing Tamar's going to do, love her or hate her, that heifer's going to sing down. She's going to sing her entire face off. That was a classic hit with Vince over there. I'm riding with Love and War, and I know that's an upset. Keisha ain't never been one of my favorite voices, unfortunately, but Tay Tay sings down in
I am
Love
not
and War.
surprised. I know how you feel about Mary J. I just knew you wanted over there for Keisha Cole. So we're gonna move it along. But I am immediately disheartened because it feels like we are getting here and working our way back to where the drama ensued it for us to get here. And are you about to hit her? Like,
That's what I said. I'm like, oh, you squaring up. All right, Tony.
Tony D. Braxton, what
Ain't
are
you
you doing?
sick?
Are you getting up to hit your sister? To see this happen, and it's like, well, let's rewind and see how we got here. This is wild work to me for them to get here. And I don't even know what all was said, but I hear Towanda in the background saying, "Back up, Tony. She's not worth it." I said, "Oh my." There's always been a divide between all of them. And this is just really, really goddamn sad. Now, of course, Tamar stepping in, coming in, and of course, we're going to get into Ashlee. I had to go down a rabbit hole with Ashlee because I just haven't been following these ladies because I'm just not interested at this point. Um, Feeling like y'all feel some type of way with me about that. Toni has her quarrels with it because she's like, yeah, one of y'all, all of y'all, Tamar, none of y'all had my back, and Tony's like, well, hold on, that's one thing, but you said me, the Toni, but I love how she was first and second, third person on top, child. I didn't have your back, like I'll whoop your ass. Oh, I'm really, really saddened. But just to immediately start off the season with this, and we going back 3 weeks earlier, how did this make you feel?
Pissed off. I'm all for slapping somebody's head off their shoulders. I think more people need to be slapped in the year of our Lord 2025 in real time. What I don't want to see is this amongst sisters. What I don't want to see is this amongst a family that we've seen in turmoil for, I mean, since 2013. So what, 12? I mean, it's been years since we've been watching them literally on our TV go back and forth in these same spats. It's unfortunate, and I'm gonna call a thing, and we're definitely gonna get into not everyone being perfect, but in my mind, in this instance, from what we got, the little information I've seen and read about this, Tamar ain't all the way wrong in this situation to me, in my opinion. But this is it's got to be the same producers because the Braxtons has always led like this. There's always going to be the tension, the heightened drama, and then we're gonna work our way back up to see what led to this. They're always on the edge. They're always on the verge of something. So this is par for the course. I will say this is one of the. I mean, there's a handful of times we can see Toni really get mad, but for Toni to buck up like she's fin to like do something, it's like, Lord, what else could it be now? It's just. I'm kind of over that, Tyra. I don't like it. I don't. And like I said, these are women of a certain age, women who've accomplished something in life, and they're black women. And I don't like, and like I said, I'm not opposed to slapping somebody's head off their shoulders, but I don't want to see this with family. I don't.
But with that being said, I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know the history of Ashlee Braxton. I just, anything, unfortunately, that involves these ladies, I cut it off immediately. I slide down the timeline. It's just never anything good. It's never anything good, especially with the ones who are more visible, like Toni and Tamar. We know Toni gonna tour down, and that's probably why she's there, and she's gonna give a look and give, I still look good. You look good, girl. Hoochie coochie mama. I look good. We're gonna get that from Toni, but especially with Tamar, it's always something negative and damn near life threatening going on with her, to where it's like, is she okay? And it's a bunch of y'all. Why aren't you guys connecting to make sure that she is, if she isn't? Because it's too many incidents occurring. It's looking bad. So I had to go down the rabbit hole, and y'all have to go with me. We're going to give Ashlee a cute little 4 or 5 minutes, and then we're going to talk. Let's go on, because I didn't know what happened.
About how one of my aunts in my family do not talk to me because they think that I, at the age of 16, did something with her partner at the time. And I have been a nervous wreck to talk about something like this and to tell this story. A, because of my family. B, because I don't want people, it's not to hurt people to tell my story. But at the same time, I've been working through this so much in therapy, and this is something that goes way deep to my core in terms of worthiness and how I feel about myself. And it's been such a journey. Confront it and face it and talk about it, but talk about it because I also want to shed light for the women and the men and anybody who has gone through something like this, where you were underage and something in that sort of manner happened in terms of that sort of word of abuse. And nothing happened, but I'm going to try to tell the story quickly and also not name any names. And so I was with this aunt for the summer with my sister, and when I think it was my stepmother was going through my phone, and she found this conversation, this sort of conversation, and she showed it to my dad, and my dad called that aunt, and we spoke about it, and we talked about it a little bit. And I remember just a lot of emotions, was a lot going on. I was 16 at the time, and I'm 32 now. I had to think about that. I'm 32 now. And so, oh my God, it's been 16 years. This is wild. Anyway, okay. So yeah, my aunt was there for me. She was very kind and very nice and was like, I'm so sorry that this happened to you, blah, 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 blah. And not blah, 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 but she was very kind, and it just felt like safe, But then as the years have gone by, it's like that mood and that assumption that I didn't do anything because I was a child was not that assumption anymore. And it boggled my mind because it was like, wait, but if it happened or if it was true, then that would make him, and
Now I'm going to stop here, because before getting into this and realizing who it was, I think after connecting dots, people eventually went like, okay, Gabe. Of course, we know Gabe is no longer here, and this is Trina. I thought Gabe like physically essayed her as a team. That's what I thought happened here. But we are just not that makes it any different, but it's simply just the transferences of text, and we don't know what these messages said, but he sent those. I just want to establish that,
Okay.
because I personally didn't know. I thought that there was that a physical assault occurred in that way.
I will just never forget how when I got older, I just realized that I really had to take the time and go back to that part of my life and understand how much feeling of like I didn't matter, that I was unworthy. It just felt like love from my family was just cut off and gone. And you're like, but wait, that guy? And it made it even worse because it was like, wait, this guy that was doing this to you on TV? And like, it's kind of in cohorts in the same spirit of what was happening. Not in the same cohorts, in the same spirit, but like, you know? It's so painful. And I know that the ladies, the men, the everybody who has experienced this sort of feeling when your family doesn't believe you, or when you're at an age where you shouldn't have been put in that situation to have to navigate it.
I'm gonna pause it here, Ashley, because I want to hear. I'm assuming you knew all of this already. I was just the one on the outside. But as far as the story and what she's saying so far, because there's more that I didn't know about, what was your perspective on it? Period.
So I didn't know that it was text messages and kind of like a grooming predatory, communication thing. I thought something else had happened as well. But either way, I mean, when I was watching episode 1, because I'm not too familiar, like I remember when this came out, I remember the drama, I remember Trina going online begging for, like she was getting the heat and the backlash or whatever. But after sitting and listening to Ashlee now, I completely understand where she's coming from. It sounds like it's not even so much about him. It's the fact that y'all made her into a damn sapphire when she was 16 years old. Like she seduced somebody, or that she was in the wrong. Like I can almost hear it in my mind. You know how the old women used to talk about the young girls if they had booties. You're like, oh, her fast tail, this hot tail girl doing this, smiling in every man's face. All of that. That's definitely what it gives. And I feel for Ashlee because that had to feel like you were the black sheep of the family. Oh, don't have your man around Ashlee. She's going to do X, Y, or Z. So I definitely get her feeling unworthy. And that's a hell of a burden to carry around. I think just in a regular family, let alone a family that you see purporting to be a certain way on TV. That, oh, we're all about family and this is our family. Mama Evelyn, I love all my children and all my grandchildren and all this, while there's still this politic going on within the family. Like, and her bearing that, and I understand that, and not feeling heard, and not feeling judged about something that literally was she that's not girl, she's not old enough to even, like she said, even understand, or to be even put in a situation to have to navigate this. You have this grown ass man coming on to you, probably saying things you haven't heard from a man before, probably offering things. We don't know the context or the content, but we know it was enough to get people involved. I hate that for her. And even more so, I hate the way Towanda and Trina were discussing it.
Yeah.
Cause ho, you not a victim. I don't give a single damn, Trina. And I used to like Trina, but I was like, don't do that. Don't like, you can't make that equivalent in my mind. It's apples and damn oranges. You mad because you got some backlash online. This has shaped her life and she's carried this weight for 16 damn years.
Yeah. I want to know what hiccup happened to where Trina could have been consoling and concerned and I'm so sorry and made her feel safe, and then the disconnect happened. And why is it all this tension, or it's, the world against Tamar or whatever, which, we're good to, when she said like the family, like they cut me off. Like it was weird with everyone. It wasn't just Trina, it was weird with everybody. It's like, for what? And I see a lot of people that are like, well, you were 16, it's umpteen years ago. Why are you bringing it up now? And why are you bringing it to the internet? What are we going to do for you? We can't help you go get therapy type things. And of course, that needs to happen as well. But I'm going to get to this next part why I'm like, okay, this is why we brought it here into the internet. Because at this point, when she's vocalizing, whenever this video was released, it was just towards the sister in that situation. And I do think that it feels divisive from Ashlee when it's like, okay, well, I'm going to come here and bring my story. it's one of those Braxton sisters and their husband. I'm not gonna name no names and name no husband. It's like, no, let's call a thing and just get it out there because that leaves room to make it feel like you had some different intent. Baby, I'm naming names. I'm naming everybody. Trina was blank blank and gay blank blank blank, and I felt like this. But I think this is why she's coming here instead of keeping it in house, if you would say that.
Speak about domestic violence. I want to speak about domestic abuse. I want to speak about abandonment. I want to speak about, you know, people not believing you. I still want to talk about these on the stage. I also just feel like I want to avenge my sister's passing, and just I felt so bad the way everything played out with her and her death. The fact that first somebody said that she passed away from a heart condition, complete lie. My sister passed away from drug use. we all know that my sister was doing drugs, but there was a reason why she was doing drugs. And so the fact that no one was able to like look at this girl and have compassion for her and understand why she was doing, I just felt like my sister's death was just so like, meh, nobody cares.
Parents were very to each other, and my stepmom was also very abusive to my sister and I as well. Physical, mental, emotional, all of it. But from those two was physical. Well, I mean, it was all the abuse. And then she decided, you know, to be that way with my sister and I. But then there were moments as well where my dad was also physically as well. That's
all right. Now, I left it out because I was like, it's getting too lengthy. But her dad has also sent her a cease and you know, say, don't say a word, or I will pursue legal action, because these are things that we should be dealing with within our family, at home, and amongst ourselves. Where you're, you know, going public and making these videos and these TikTok for drawing eyes. Like Daddy said, I will sue you. So I think that's why she's reaching out. If there's a disconnect between here all the way down to Michael, I think that's because it's the only brother. And even he's saying like, yeah, you're doing too much. Be quiet. But if she's feeling like, if we're keeping the minor secrets to where we're going to say that our older sister passed away from a heart condition rather than drugs, it leads into question of what else are you hiding? What else are you hiding? What else has happened to where she's coming to get clarity for herself and mental this way versus keeping it, you know, with even just within herself. She said that she was going to therapy. Like, that's just not enough. I need to reach out and do something else, because it feels like it's the family against me, because I'm the only one willing to be honest about our situations. And then we bring it here in Tamar. Now I had to go and find all of that because I thought this sit down they were going to say, and I was like, oh, baby, we didn't say nothing. I don't know what the hell, what happened. I don't know what's going on. But this is, you know, Tamar giving her a platform, as they kept, you know, mentioning it in the show, to say what she needed to say. Now, as far as Tamar's intention, do I like this? I do not. I do not like this. I don't think Tamar is wrong in what she's trying to do. And if she is going to go on, you know, platforms that could have reached out to her to have her on, who better to be here with than your own auntie? Mm-hmm. That's fine. A lot in this, that first episode, it was a whole lot of I in Tamar's narrative as far as Ashlee was concerned. It was well, I remember when I wasn't, and I remember when they didn't show up for me, and I just it felt like she was placing herself here, and also kind of mentally thinking about the sisters and what they've done to her. And I didn't like that it wasn't solely just about Ashlee. It felt like, you know how Tamar is. But other than that, I don't mind this. Now, as far as it being beneficial financially, and like a ratings things, or, you know, something so viral and topical, and you're going to have her on, that's just going to be questionable overall. I don't like that. I don't like that any of this is out here. Not her speaking her truth, but just in the narrative of this show. This is giving me exploitation. I hate that they bring such harsh, like, family dramas here. when they're so damaged and so unhealed, and then you bring on a niece just bringing her own. This is just something that we know isn't gonna be helped by the public, scrutiny, ridicule, any views, any. And even here, when the producers asked her, like, do you feel like Ashlee is any, she's like, no, she's still messed up, still damaged. I don't think this helped her at all, but it's good that it got out. Why aren't we doing things that isn't going to help anything? We need to get to the help, and then we can come here and discuss where we are before we make it a show thing and we're on the podcast. I don't care about the podcast. I care about the internal family and making sure Ashlee is supported. Ashlee?
Tamar's gonna project and make everything about her. That's just who she is. That's who we've known her to be. But I wasn't mad at this. I wasn't mad at this one because the Ashlee I felt like we met in season one, on the podcast or whatever, wasn't the same Ashlee we just saw. So although she's not fully healed yet, this is night and day in terms of her delivery, in terms of her saying, no, I was on that lady couch and I was a perpetual victim and now I'm deciding not to be. But I still want to share with clarity. I think, and we'll go back, and no disrespect to Mama Evelyn, all right? I'm not disrespecting Mama E, all right? But when you foster a family of secrecy and what goes on in this house stays in this house, this is the result. When you're muted as a child and you can't say nothing, or when you do say something, you're pushed off in a corner. This is what happens when you get of age and you get a platform and you get a space to speak. This is what the hell is going to happen. And I want to scream it from the rooftops and I want everybody to hear it. This is not on Ashlee. To me, this is the culture of the family and what they produced. And God forbid, we may even see more of it. I mean, damn it, we see it with Tamar. We see it with other people. When you are quieted and put into a box and silenced, this is a thing. This is one of the outcomes. Or you could be, unfortunately, like the sister who turns to other things. I'm really not mad at it, just because I feel like it can be something for someone else who's felt stifled or felt quieted. That's why I'm not mad about it per se being on a platform. If it is monetized, hopefully Ashlee got half that bag. There's still just a ton of work to do. What I would have really loved to see, and what would have really been beautiful, is if all the sisters could have rallied around her and said, you know what, we're sorry if we ever made you feel that way. That wasn't our intent. We misjudged the situation. Even Tamar, in Tamar fashion, she sat up there and apologized. And you say, you know what, Ashlee, I wasn't in a space to even understand, know, or be concerned about what you were going through. I was wrong as hell for that. Can you forgive me? This could have been really a beautiful moment of restoration and reconciliation. But I mean, everybody's just worried about everybody else. And Tamar gets that rap that it's all about Tay Tay, and it is. But
Yeah.
all the sisters are like that. They're
Yeah.
just more clicked up on the other side. So it's like, you can't get mad because she's the one that's out and loud about it. Y'all all do the same stuff anyway. And it goes down, to me, to the culture and the family they were raised in.
Yeah. I just hate that they're more concerned with like the public narrative. Like they're mad at her for bringing it into the
Yeah.
forefront and letting everybody else know. They're madder at her for that than the actual events that took place to get her here.
Yeah.
'Cause you can see like it's way more. This, unfortunately, this goes beyond Gabe and those messages that he sent and that whole thing. It's like, yeah, Daddy, from what she's claiming, we don't know, but it was things going on in my household, things going on that pushed my sister into her, drug use, and then you're claiming that it's this, like, it's things coming at her. Would it have been nice for everybody to be here? They're not built like that. And we know how they're built. We didn't spend a lot of time with Mama Evelyn
I
and
know.
Daddy. We have spent a lot of time, and we'll have our little spew on Mama eventually. But this. I just really hate this.
Yeah, I
I
mean, it's
just
bad, and it is, but
It's so much infighting. It's always a versus situation with all of them. And I didn't know until like they went all the way back how active the niece was and how she was there and she was performing on these shows. And it's like, these are my aunts. You guys are supposed to protect me. And you turn against me like I'm an enemy. I'm a on the street. Like that's just unacceptable. And then we get cliquish, of course, and we'll get into Tamar or whatever is occurring, the events at that table, to bring it here because you're mad that she's over here siding and trying to support Ashlee in the best way that she knows how. Excuse me? Child, okay. So I played back the video because we clearly have Ashlee say yeah, my aunt, she was supportive and open and embraced me before, but eventually it kind of turned off and it felt like the family was against me and she wasn't giving that. And it was kind of insinuated that she initiated something, which is just absolutely impossible. I don't give a damn what happened. I don't give a damn if Ashley sent something first. You're a grown ass man. I just don't care. But we have Trina here as the victim. That's what Towanda said. You're a victim too. Now I did go. I watched the video of Trina saying her piece and trying to. By the time we got to like, why are we speaking on somebody who's no longer here? Like Gabe isn't even here to defend himself. Type of energy. What? What? That is the last thing that we should be saying. While she's sitting there with her current husband. I didn't like any of this. I didn't like the tears that were coming, and it's like, well, you could have. My number hasn't changed. You could have reached out to me, and people don't know you're giving people the opportunity to play around with our narratives and make stuff up because you didn't call me before you went out in the open. The way Ashlee is presenting the story in herself, she came to you. She came to you, and you pick sides from what it sounds like. You pick sides because there's no way you're going to be sitting talking about who's passed on and they're not here. If you're saying that, that means you think that she did initiate something and that she was the problem. And it's just not possible when she was a child. 16 or not, she's still a child, still a young lady, and you should have been better as an aunt or aunties at this point. But the you could have reached out to me thing, well, why? Why am I going on my way to reach out to you? Why aren't you reaching out to me? Why aren't you coveting me and trying to go out of your way to protect me as my auntie? But if we're not being agile about whatever possibly may be happening in the household with the actual daddy, we damn sure ain't reaching out all about Gabe and what he may have sent or not and how this is affecting you. This is just not what I wanted to hear. I was hoping to hear that we need to rally around and go support Ashlee because it was never supposed to be that. I hate that whatever occurred made her feel that way. It was like, yeah, and she got on the plane and went all the way to Spain and everything. Like, what was we supposed to do? She the one who left. We've been here. We've been trying to support. Are you? Because that's not what it's giving right now. And Trina trying to coast her and rub her back and tell her that she's a victim is not helping the damn situation. Ashlee?
No, this was terrible. This pissed me off so bad. Because really, how you the victim? Like, make it make sense. Because somebody said something to you online, you got some online backlash for something you didn't handle properly. That make well, you're a victim too. I know. I know. I know. I don't get when you're a part of a party who caused harm, the onus is on you to reconcile with the victim, in my opinion. She's younger, but she was still the party that was harmed in this. I can't even wrap my head around it, except this is like hive speak, hive mentality. I was like, oh, Tawanda's like, you're my sister, so you can't be wrong. Like, we were all there and we know what happened and we know what them text messages said. It gave like she knew what she was doing. And it's just so ugly and nasty. And like I said, to be damn near 50-year-old women, you ain't learned nothing. Like my mama told me a long time ago, Tyra, there's nothing worse than becoming an old fool.
They're all
It,
50.
it,
They're all 50.
that's what I'm saying. It makes no sense to me that you guys would still be carrying on in this manner. Like I can understand tears like, man, I handled this so wrong. Let me take some accountability in this space right now and say, no, I handled this completely wrong. And Tawanda, like, you know what? I think you did. I think this is a conversation we need to sit down and have with her. But this was definitely a victim party. Like, yeah, no, girl, you right. You are a victim. You right. Your number ain't changed. She could have called you. She didn't have to go and do that because she knew what that was going to do. So you're blaming her for speaking out about something that happened to her?
Because
Baby, your story is your story is your story to tell.
she said she didn't consider the backlash that I was going to get. Like, we supposed to keep that in house. We supposed to keep that between me and you. You could have reached out to me before you went out.
And I can get it if it was untrue, like if she was just out here lying, but never once have they said she lied.
I was trying to see. Trina lost me at I didn't know. What are you talking about? You
That's
didn't know
what I'm
nothing.
saying.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, I'm like, no one has once said that the girl lied about anything. I was like, if she was a habitual liar and had a condition where she just told lies, then one thing. But y'all have never refuted what she said. Y'all just didn't like how she presented it.
No, it's giving like, why are you acting like you're the victim when you initiated it with Gabe? It was wrong, but you started it. Like, why are you acting all innocent? And you could have reached out to me first before you held me out for public ridicule from everybody thinking that I'm defending a predator.
Yeah.
Well, what are you doing, Trina?
And what's really pissing me off, honestly, is the fact that it's, y'all know, after all this happened, y'all still platformed Gabe. And I know he dead and gone now. If Gabe was the party, which I'm assuming that's all arrows and fingers are pointing there, y'all still gave him a platform. You still sat and cried. I remember the episode. You used to cry, oh, my friend. He was my best friend. He was my best friend.
That's his friend.
Really?
When he passed on, yeah, I
Yeah.
remember that. We
Yeah.
weren't, privy to this, but I remember that. Yeah. So we know what it was, and the that line was drawn in the sand. And then you have a father or maybe a stepmom or whoever, like, yeah, we're not talking about that. We're not doing that. And who was she supposed to go to? I don't know. I don't know. If we left that door open and made her feel safe and protected to share, she could have went to you, but we didn't. So here we are. Now we also spend time in these episodes on some hot mess, some hot sugar, if you want to, because I need that ass. I need this as Tamar goes to get her some plastic surgery. She is upfront and open with it. I got my boobs done. I got this. I'm getting some Botox, that and the third. But the top is not matching the bottom. I need to get some booty. Ashlee, how did you feel about this and Tamar singing down in them folks' office?
A mess that we didn't need. They always gonna try to throw something light in there to get a kiki or whatever. I need to see her booty cheeks up on that table. She's like, cause I ain't never had a booty. This gonna do it. Is it gonna hurt? Oh, I'm not ready. Let me get up and let me run off these people. Girl, I need to see your booty cheeks on there. The dark, the what is it? The dark me. I need to see that. Like, come on, Tay Tay, do better, girl. Get your cosmetics in private, like the Toni Braxton does. The Toni Braxton. Don't do that. I was just like, please help. Come on.
I don't know. I was like, are they sponsoring something? Is it a double duty of
Oh,
free?
like she got it for free?
Yeah,
Cause
if you platform it and give us a little notoriety, like, Jesse, we do heads, we do nails. Yeah, come down and get your BBL with I think her name was Grimace. Yeah, Grimace Cosmetics or whatever. Was it that? Because it was very very public. But I do appreciate that she was open. I am not one to go into cosmetic surgeries and procedures because it's your body to do with what you want. I'm just gonna say it and leave it here. I hope she stops at a reasonable spot.
yeah, absolutely. The only plastic surgery show I watch is Botched, and that's why I have a strong aversion.
I thought she looked great, but you know,
Yeah, little booties matter.
little booties do matter. Little booty member. But along with this, we also got some other lighthearted stuff. I was like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Toni went on down. I said, Toni, get out the people's office, wasting the people's time. Which I did think. I thought she had a pitch when it was like, a lot of us women, we out here paying alimony. The way that everybody here started with a trash husband, it's wow.
Their daddy was a trash husband.
I know, but like, dang, nobody all the way to Vincent Th. Herbert. Like, everybody was just like, they was paying Carrie alimony. You had Towanda over there with Andre.
Oh God.
With Gabe. Like, it's just, ugh. But, we got some side hustles. Towanda says she's down there in them Tubi streets. She's in them prime streets, them all black movie streets, and she's getting her acting on. I won't be watching, but she's doing it. And then you have Toni says she's trying to get into production. She's trying to be out here making films and pitching shows. And I thought it was interesting. I was like, well, there is a whole massive rate and increase in women paying alimony now. I could see a movie around or just a show or a pitch. Then she went all the way into this drag show. And I was like, Toni, that's not what I thought she was going to tell this lady. But did you care about any of this at all?
No, not at all. With Towanda, like, I don't know if you guys remember, it was probably Iyanla's like first show. It wasn't Fix My Life. It was a show on NBC, and Towanda was on it. And it wasn't Fix My Life, but it was like a house of life coaches and people, who wanted to whatever. And I just feel like she's still in that same place because she was trying to figure out who she was and what she wanted to do in life and who she wanted to be. And it's like, girl, have you found it yet? I will say Towanda seems much happier now. And girl, that Tubi check, it pays. It's green and it spins. So do everything that you want to do. I don't know. It seems like to me, just out on the outside looking in, I wonder if Towanda ever really found that thing. Because it seemed like she was good at a lot of things. Like she was good as a doo-wop bop bop girl. Like she could fill in. She could be the assistant, she could be the designer, she could be the events coordinator, she could do all those things. But I never really saw her connect. And I thought she wanted to be an actress and a singer and all these things, is what she said all those years ago. And so maybe this is fulfilling that. But Toni just playing, girl. Go on, do your next Lifetime movie and stop.
I said no, we could do all those things in the name of the Toni Braxton, in correlation to Toni and being an assistant in that way. But I think she was residing there so often that once that kind of cut ties and she wasn't Toni Braxton's assistant or the doo wop pop pop chick, it's like, well, hell, what am I supposed to do now?
Yeah.
Uh, Justice said, this dude right here, totally different.
Yes, he does.
But leaving this here and Tamar being a hot mess, I thought this was interesting. There's always got to be a little piece of rivalry. I was like, Tamar, please. Tamar has worked really hard because I remember when we met them and baby Tamar was complex down. Like, I ain't never gonna be satisfied being in the background, being a Toni Braxton, pop, pop, pop. I have a voice of my own. Have I found it? Have I, gotten that record yet? But I haven't. But when I get it, acting out that youngest, wanting that attention, but it has always kind of been the Toni show. And when she found it, she was that. Like, okay, we loving the album, we love the songs, baby, it's you. The voice is incredible. We ain't here to compete with Toni. It ain't none of that. You are the Tamar Braxton, and that is okay. But we have this photo shoot. This ain't had nothing to do with that. And it's just like, I don't need them thinking they rolling up to a Toni Braxton show. What you mean you want me to sit here and drink a glass or I was like, baby, Tamar always goes out of her way to, like, I'm the youngest, right? But we don't do that at my shows. It's twerking, it's ass dropping, we having fun, and it's bow. This ain't a Toni Braxton show. Like, let me get a brew. Let me get a beer. I was like, Tamar, baby, we all 50. We all 50. If you ain't 50, damn it, you're 49. Stop. Stop it. But just, it's always the small things. It's like we don't need that. We don't need to express certain things or say certain things to get our point across, because we know who you are and you have let it be known, and your voice is incredible. Stop doing that. Ashlee, this ain't on Toni Braxton show.
Girl, this was just in when she said, I'm not just talking just to be a diva. I mean it. My image, I'm a content creator. I create content. I create experiences. My audience drink Long Island iced teas. They don't drink no martinis in a martini glass. Girl, I think this is like a product of living in someone's shadow and not feeling good enough, or feeling like everybody in the family knows Tamar is the best vocalist in the family, period. I think with the most range. Toni sings down. I'm not taking nothing away from Toni, but even Toni acknowledges that vocally, bar for bar, Tamar sings down. And I think the fact that Tamar didn't reach success or notoriety for so long, anything that resembles the Toni Braxton in her show, in her set, she wants the opposite. Like, I don't want the comparison. I'm out from under her shadow. I've built this. I think that, accompanied with an incompetent team that she seems to have there, was just sending her over the edge. Because you want to drink a 40 ounce of liquor, Tamar? Please. No one wants to see you drinking any. How about put the liquor away and just do a cute twerk in the picture? Like, what are we doing? I didn't think it was this deep to make a federal case about it. But I mean, it's Tamar. It's par for the course. It's what she's going to do. And I do just think it's, living in that shadow for so long.
It's unfortunate. And she didn't get a new team. I don't like the fact that, especially with the girls and the divas of it all, there's just a sense of, which is fine, because let's go, boo. We just surround ourselves with the gays, but make sure that they know what they're doing. Make sure that they are showing up and being productive and good at their job. It's just not about somebody who can come and do a little key and, do your hair. Make sure people are doing their job. Like, maybe ain't nobody finna make me look bad. Ain't nobody finna do that. But, it's instantly forgiving. Like, you got to do better, because, yeah, we one band, one sound. Yeah, all of that. But Tamar, get your team together. Not just, I got my good Judy here. Friends and actual workers are two separate things. But for God's sake. Evelyn didn't do anything in this episode, but just the state of the girls. I just have to put her here. The state of your family. Evelyn, I have to put you here. Mother Evelyn is here for promo. She said, I got a book. I got a book coming out. A
Mhm.
book about what? About my life. What do you mean? What? What that mean, Evelyn? Evelyn says she has a book coming out about her life. And even here, like the baby wave, Miss Evelyn, I tried to get a couple images, but Evelyn was checking herself out. She's like, yes, good on the left, good on the right. As normal. Evelyn didn't say anything, but it always seems like she prioritizes the wrong things. And from way back, once it kind of, exploded and it was a Braxton thing, she liked being in the forefront as Mother Evelyn. And I'm going to show up. You're going to get this blonde Judy wig. I'm going to be cinched. I'm going to be cute. And I'm going to, for God's sakes, you act like you don't even like each other. And I'm going to check Tamar on a cute day because I'm your mother. And then it's that. We are not really initiating too much to push these daughters along in case they babies, these grown ass women along, and we can't because if we're stuck in our ways and we've been systematically conditioned by our mother and our father to be a certain way and be broken, then that's just what it's going to be. I don't think it's going to change too much. But the only thing we get from her here is when we are discussing how happy we are for Towanda in this engagement. It's just like, mommy, go to mommy's house. Go
Mommy's
to
house.
mommy's house because Trina from Canada. Oh, Canada, Trina, you are from Maryland. What is Trina? Oh, it's just house. I didn't know. I didn't like it. What, Trina? What? But she's like she's happy for her, and she said, "What? Well, mommy, would you ever consider getting married?" Oh no, of course not. What? Like it's just damnation. Is she still over there worried about that man who was laying low, spread wide? And consumed with what happened and that being broken to where we can't even completely move forward. And it's not her saying she doesn't want to find. You don't want to get married again. That's your prerogative. But it's just like, oh no, damnation. I would never subject myself. Like, oh, Evelyn, be okay so your babies can be okay because it ain't looking good. Ashlee,
She said she okay. She said, "Mommy, are you bitter?" No, no, no. I feel good. I love my life. I'm having a good time. All right, Mama Evelyn. She looks good though. She's aging well. That's all I can say. For God's sakes, because Mama Evelyn is just gonna Mama Evelyn. What she's done has already done. It's had its impact, and I don't think there's much she can do now. Like it's like this is the train that you started on the tracks and it's going to keep going now at this point. And I honestly, until she has a deep revelation of those things that she still really don't want to talk about or really want to address, I think she's going to keep seeing it perpetuated in her daughters. And I hate that for them. I hate that for her. Because on the surface, she look happy. She can put on a smile. But it's got to be sickening as a mother to see your daughters forever in conflict. And this whole situation with your grandbaby, it's gotta be sickening. Really, it does. I don't know how she's navigating it. But Godspeed to Mama Evelyn. Girl, I hope your book. She said everybody gonna want to read it. She said everybody's gonna want to read this
well, what
book.
are you saying, Latoya? Latoya, what are you saying? You telling all family secrets? Like, girl, tell us something we don't know. I just like, why are you prioritizing with all of this damnation going on with all of your children, including Michael and his children? It's just generational things just occurring over and over, and you're here. I'm promoting a book, girl. Evelyn, please. Evelyn, please. It's just the blind leading the blind, and I just hate to see. I
Right.
just hate it. I just hate it. Excuse me for one more from Mama Evelyn, but I know she ain't gonna be more than. For God's sakes, you act like you don't even like each other. Now, this whole situation here, I was like, okay, I don't know how many red herrings we need for the sisterly bond to get there. We one episode in, getting into the second one, and Tawana gets hit by a car. She gets hit by a car and we are physically hurt. And I don't know, I only have one sister, but it's nothing that's gonna keep me from my sister. Being by my sister, supporting, you did what you ain't even told me that the car made contact. All right, here I come. Because I need to make sure you're okay. It's just not even just rushing to her bedside in this moment, but they don't rally around each other. It's just I'm just like, what is it going to take? Because if it's not that, and not even just in a supportive sense, but her eventual bachelorette party and the ensuing nuptials, enjoy these times. Be with your sisters. All of you are, at your midpoint, through life. and we've already lost one. And tomorrow, clearly, walking through the parking lot, it's not guaranteed. And it's just like, yeah, this happened. And of course, Towanda still plans to move forward with her plans, but still no sisterhood, Ashlee.
Still not. Still not. Like I said, they blame Tamar for being selfish and everything about her, but the other sisters are exactly the same way. The Toni Braxton gets away with it because they say, "Oh, she's got to work. You know, she's booked and busy." But them other ones, it's still at the end of the day going to be about them and their household. This was odd. This was an omen to me. This was foreshadowing. Because why are you marrying this man? Yo, see, she said her tooth got knocked out, the veneer got knocked out over here. You cut in the face, and this is all before you were supposed to go to Tulum. I'm with Toni. Tulum will be canceled. The wedding and the rehearsal are off. You know what I mean? Like
All right, Lance.
it's done. It's off, right? It's done. I don't know. And then this man with his man unit laying down in the street with you till the ambulance came, Tyra. What are we? Why are you laying down? I've never felt love like this before. Towanda, is you cool?
That is so
Like, apply pressure to the wound, Negro. Like, I don't need you laying down here in the street with me. I don't need that. Call them people and get them here. I hate everything about this. And yeah, there is still no sisterhood. And Towanda says it later in the episode when she's got these 58 people in Tulum with her. I love all you guys, my sisters, my maid sisters, my found family, but I would love my bio sisters to be here. And it's like, girl, this isn't the time. This isn't the conversation to have with these strangers. This is the time you express how you feel to your sisters. And of course, I know we'll get into that, but they don't give a damn. It's very sad. People desire family and don't have it. And the fact that you have them at your fingertips, the fact that you've already experienced the loss of one and it didn't seem to shift in your minds, like, maybe we should be closer because that happened so fast. I don't know. I don't know what else is going to do for him.
Thank you so much, X-Men superfan Emma Frost, for gifting one membership. Welcome to the struggle is
Thank
real.
you.
Chocolate Sooner. Please say thank you if you received that. Definitely appreciate you. Thank you. Girl, do we know anything about this fiance? I don't
We
keep
didn't
up.
seen him for years, honey. He was
Is he a good,
bald
he a
like
good man
her.
to man?
He's a choice.
Oh, this is that same bald man.
Yeah, yeah,
What? So
yeah.
this is really so. Oh, I thought, girl, I thought you were joking. This is really like a unit. So
Yes.
they referred to the hair and the
Yeah.
thing and him showing up. I registered. I thought he got a haircut, and it was like, oh, you cut your hair
No,
off. I
baby,
didn't. This
he
is the
got a
same.
unit like the glue, like a 27 piece. Like put it on. Yeah.
I didn't even register that this was the same man. I thought she meant like fresh energy because the narrative was always y'all been together how long and he still ain't married you type energy. Oh, this is that same man. Oh,
Yes, baby.
never
The
mind.
one in the entertainment business, the one who was disciplining the kids, the one who they vlogged together at a B corn. Yeah. He vlogged her in the ambulance. Child, I didn't know he did that, but yeah, they had a combined Instagram and all that. That's him.
Does he work? I don't.
Don't ask me questions I don't know the answers to, child.
Okay. I just didn't get the laying down in the. I was like, who? I was like, well, maybe this is that same man from all those years ago. I
Yes.
thought this was a new man, but
No, baby.
he done just lost a little weight and put a unit on.
And you got a man unit.
Oh, never mind. Forget everything I just said.
Because I wish somebody would get out my face. You try to lay down in this street with me. I just got hit by.
But getting here, she's so giggity. We can't go a scene without her saying, "I'm getting married. I'm getting married. I'm getting married because I'm a wife. I'm getting married. I'm getting married." She's just waiting, and not just the aspect of getting married, but even with Andre, I guess they just went on down to the courthouse and did it. But here, she gets to actually have a wedding, and she just really wants her sisters there. Now, we haven't gotten up to it, but it's painted as something ensuited to where the Toni Braxton and Tamar can't be here, and she's left with this gigantic wedding party or bridal. I hated to see it. It felt awkward. It felt awkward. It was like all those people in the room and nobody could answer too much.
Anything about you.
We don't know. We don't know. I was like, Lord, Trina, get down the steps. Somebody get here. It's cold blue. It's cold blue. But my question to you, Ashlee, with everything going on, and we don't know yet because we haven't seen it, we just know what's impending with the Ashlee situation and kind of the taking of the sides. Would you be able to put whatever to the side and just decide to be here for your sister in her nuptials and her big moment, or is be forever and I ain't coming down to the Bahamas for your ass?
No, I would ride out. I would ride out if I had had a relationship with sisters. I would try to be there for all of them. And like Tawanda said, and this is the part I will ride with Tawanda on because we've seen it over the years. She shows up in every capacity she can for her sisters. Whatever they need, just call Umba. She'll get it done for us. You know, call her. She's Johnny on the spot. She was the one with mommy. She was the one with Trina when she was going through everything. She was one to ride down with Tracy. No matter who she got into it with, Tony, you need me? All right, I'm on the way. And so the fact that they can't take time to make it to this, I feel like Toni Braxton, living legend, girl, you done reached a status now. You're 60. You can take time off when you want to. Like, and I get, they say, well, she have a residency, whatever it is, girl, you can take, this was planned out. You could have taken this time out and shown up for your sister in a real tangible way. I don't think there's any excuse for any of them. I know with Tamar, this is more about her feelings. This is more about why would you do your wedding on my birthday? And I'm sure we'll get into that. But Tamar, that's how she feels. Y'all don't ever consider me. Y'all don't ever think of me. Y'all had me as the maid of honor. You done told the producer XYZ, and now it's not that. So we know what she was going to do. But no, I'm a ride for mine. I'm a ride for mine, especially if you have a relationship with them. These weren't, because like, so I have a biological sister I was not raised with. We didn't reconnect till a couple years ago. So 100 years done passed, right? And it's like you don't really know each other, but the fact that y'all grew up in the same house together with the same mama, same daddy, y'all were with each other for years, was in singing groups together, was on TV shows together, and y'all can't all show up for Towanda, knowing she's never had a ceremony. They wrong as hell. They
Nobody
wrong as hell.
wants Trina, but it's always the great divide, and it's always from the beginning. We had Tracy kind of just being on the outs, and you the one went and had that baby and didn't make it to the wop pop pop, until eventually she got into her own, and unfortunately she's not here. And it's Towanda, and it's Trina, and it's Tamar and Toni on a good day.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just that, and they live in different states or whatever, but nobody but Trina, y'all just couldn't show up here. I thought this was a crock of bullshit.
Yeah.
I thought this was so
That's-
terrible. And even with when they were getting the bridal gifts or the embroidery or whatever they were doing, and they were like, so how many we get? And it's like, yeah, there's no guarantee anybody's gonna be coming. It's just like, you mean your sister's not coming? Like, it's embarrassing. It's really, really embarrassing, and it says a whole lot about their relationship that we couldn't put, because at this point the happening hasn't even happened. Like that, wop pop pop. I'm Toni Braxton. I slapped the mess out of you. We haven't gotten there yet.
Yeah.
So this is just, what? It's just too much tension, and we're not going to show up. I really hated to see Towanda there, and we have them reflecting on, she's like, I just wish Tracy was here, because Tracy would have showed up for me. I just wish she was the life of the party. She was, because they were going to show up. They were going to show up, and since she's not here, you're only here with Trina, who's doing the best she can, but it's not going to be the same. And even the initiation of the pajama thing, and we know they love a good pajama party. Like, I'm trying to formulate some type of sisterhood, or kind of. It's just like, it's not the same. And all those people like, yeah, where did they go on their first date?
What's Umba's first song? What's her favorite song?
Favorite song? Who's a childhood crush?
Nobody.
Just
Cricket.
quiet. It's like, we still, it was just sad for me to have her have all those people there, and it was like they were supposed to fill up a gap that the sisters, I just was saying, like, y'all could pull up for Towanda, not even a little bit. And then she already messed up. She already messed up. And the fact that this is that same man that had met, and this happened right before you were supposed to get married.
Well, it was a sign to me. Like I said, I believe in signs. Let something happen before let something happen. I'd be like, oh, the Lord don't want this to
on
happen.
the ground with you, like, get your ass up. Why you on the ground?
And to find out that you vlogged the ambulance ride with, like, are you cool?
Crazy. Absolutely crazy work. We don't know the dynamics of their relationship, but that's weird work. Thank you so much, Emma, for this super chat. didn't you hear she is getting married? We did. She's so excited about it because it's like finally it's happening to me right in front of my face. Yet and still, my sisters are nowhere to be found, all except for Trina. Now, before we get into Trina and just why she couldn't well, we don't know what's happening, but it looks like something is about to occur. I just wanted to take a moment over here with Toni Keep It Up Braxton because Toni, I hate this. From the inception of Braxton Family Values, Toni ain't making it to nothing. It's rare and real sparse to where Toni's going to make it. And I really, really hate that because she is, and you shouldn't have to carry those burdens as the oldest. But normally, sisters are going to lead by example, especially Tamar. Well, you know, if these Toni Braxton can come on down to the Bahamas, I can make it. She's going to go. But it's just like, yeah. And it's always, I have to work. I'm working. I'm working. And I just like, well, damn, Toni, is the tax people on your ass again? Is something happening? Is there something going on that we don't know? Because this is what it's been since the beginning. And I hate that because she does deal with her health issues, which are terrible. But it seems like when we're in a round table and we on Toni's ass about her lack of sisterhood or her presence or just making it be known that Toni, you're not showing up for us. Toni has this resentment because we can tell and we know it was on her back. The family was on her back. Everybody, like, I'm taking my entire family with me. I'm taking care of my family, probably, facilitating deals and opportunities. And it's just always, so it just seems like from that, she wanted to sever. And I don't need any contact. Like, I need my space. And, respectfully, but at this point, I don't like that when she's kind of called to the carpet or when we're trying to fill the space in the room. We kind of seem, for me at least, and y'all can take it how y'all want to, I feel like she projects with her health issues in her job.
Mm-hmm.
And the first thing we're utter, my heart problems. Toni, every season since, whatever, is given, I could just die. And I don't know. I'm just afraid because I could die tomorrow. I could just explode. Like, understandable. Understandable, Toni. We got it, and we hate that for you. Nobody should have to suffer from that, from that, or lupus, or any of those things. But you don't get to just consistently kind of rest in that and reside because none of those things are in the forefront when you have to go shoot up, pop, pop. When you have to go, Toni is one of the hardest working people in show business.
Absolutely.
And I hate that because it's giving, we're gonna be the template of our Shaka Khans and our Sister Patty, and we're gonna be doing it until we can't do it anymore, which is your prerogative. But at a certain point, when do we slow down and make sure we're showing up? And unfortunately, if Tracy ain't get all of y'all together, that's just what it's gonna be. But I feel like her lack of just accountability and presence for the sisters, just overall, since Braxton Family Values season 1, it's just because I'm just tired, and I hate that because we know that these things were facilitated, especially from the family and Mama Evelyn, and we was training y'all to come up as a group, and for whatever reason, because she's the Toni Braxton and her voice was so distinctive, she was the chosen one, and she got put out there, and it was up to her to bring everybody with her. And now, hell, at 59, I need my space still because I have an engagement and I'm not coming. I feel that, but I also don't think it's fair. Ashlee.
I just want to know what was the point of marrying Birdman if we still got to work? Damn it. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? And I get a part of her loves it. I think she loves to perform. I think she loves to sing. But part of me thinks this is about alimony and paying them bills and them kids in school and whatever else she has to do for them. I do feel like this is a burden and I do feel like this is necessity. But like I said, why are you over there with Birdman if you gotta push yourself to the limit, to the fire, through the wire? I don't get it. Especially so much so that you can't deal with family. Now, I will say that I too believe that there is some resentment, but baby, that's been 100 years. You baby, sit on that lady couch and let that stuff go. Go to the church house, let that stuff go. Go wherever you need to go to let that stuff go. It's been too long. You can't harbor that resentment for your whole life. Like, I got it in the early days of Braxton Family Values, maybe. But baby, we're so far removed from that now. You still feel the burden of carrying your sisters and the family and the pride on the back. Like, come on, girl, stop it, and just be better. And if in fact, the health issues are pressing, that's more of a motivation to spend all the time you can with your family if you want to. But maybe also they get on her nerves, Tyra. Because every time we see her get around him, it's conflict. She got to break up fights. She's sitting there like, oh God. You know what I mean? That could be a stressor because there's family I stay completely away from because it's hell. Like I don't want to go over here and see y'all fight and argue and drink and smoke and do whatever. I don't want to, you know what I mean?
I
So maybe
understand
there's a
that.
part of that too.
It's something as important as, girl, after however long I'm about to get into these nuptials, I just want my sisters here rallying around me in the Bahamas. Toni, take your ass to the Bahamas. Tamar, get your
Yeah.
ass to the Bahamas. Like, working, if we have to sacrifice, and I don't even think it has to be like, hey, I can't stay the entire time, but I'm here for you for tonight, and early tomorrow I have to go and get back, to the gig. Cool, but just at least try. It's just cut off. And I always think about that skit where I forgot her name, but she's like, I can't make it. I have a foundation for the monarch butterflies. I have to sing down for the monarch butterflies. I'm not going to be able to make it because I just don't want to. She don't want to. And
Yeah.
she's never going to want to, but it's just, I know for myself, watching way back when, I equated like they're unfortunately still on Tony's back. They're like where they were to kind of where Toni was. And it's like, if Toni has gotten to the moment where she can sit down and I'm enjoying my sisters, and of course I'm going to be there
Yeah.
to want to, and the fact that even now it's still, I'm not coming, y'all still bad. Y'all still in the way. Y'all still hurt. Like, it's just sad. It's just sad. But
Yeah.
man, I don't know. Like, your sisters wasn't there, but getting here.
But she did say she's gonna make the bridal shower, right? Or the bachelor party. She said she's gonna make one of them. She said she's gonna try.
Did she?
She said that to Towanda on the phone. She's gonna try to make it to something. So
I'll see. I don't recall. I don't recall. Where's Trina? Because baby, it's getting real light down here at the bachelor situation. And Trina's upstairs having a whole meltdown. Husband called and said he had some type of episode, something with his heart, I believe, and he's been rushed to the hospital. But don't worry about me. It's fine. Stay where you are. Support your sister. Trina's breaking down and said, no, I'm gonna go be by my husband's side, baby. I gotta go. Hopefully she not too hurt, because I need to go be with my husband.
she's gonna be hurt.
Child, it's just bad. It's just bad. All of this, child, I wouldn't even want, like, just to see Towanda sitting in that room full of people in their purple in their PJs who don't know a goddamn thing. Her arm is in a cast. There's a gash in her nose, and we're still trying to have a full face of makeup. I just wanted us to get out of here. I just wanted us to get out of here. She looks so hurt and discontent. Like, you can't fully participate the way that you want to. You're already, both of you are having traumas of, we wish Tracy was here. The bond is already broken and shifty with your other two sisters to where we couldn't be here for whatever reasons. And now Trina says she might have to dip out because I need to go see about my man. Girl, just cancel everything. Just cancel it. Something is going on that does not want Towanda to be happy on her day. Like, or and bending up to the day. Like, this is just so bad. What do you think? Do you think Trina is going to leave? And if so, how is this going to affect Towanda?
Yeah, Trina about her man. Period. She always has been that way. She's gonna go home and see about Vaughn. And I agree, this is another sign. But the other thing is for me, when they said he went to the urgent care and they told him it was congestive heart failure. I didn't think they handled heart issues at an urgent care, first of all. Second of all, congestive heart failure doesn't happen overnight. It's typically like the result of years of high blood pressure and all those things. I remember personally being on their YouTube and him juicing and talking about the importance of health and fitness and all this. So I'm just very confused about the whole thing. Not that things don't happen, but typically congestive heart failure is years of buildup. And it's like, are you going to go checkups? Like, why now? Why this? Why, whatever can happen. And I pray the best for him. But Trina, and I don't want to call her male centered, But it's always been about the man in her life at the time. She's definitely gonna leave and definitely go see about him. And Tawanda's long suffering, so she'll tell her she's okay with it. But Tawanda gonna go in their room and cry at night because now I don't have none of my sisters here. You know what I mean? In my opinion, is how I feel. And medical professionals, let me know. Drop it down in the comments and tell us about congestive heart failure. Because I don't know. I just did a quick Google search when he said it. Congestive heart, because I said,
Not you get a
you know,
quick start.
yeah, because I'm like, are you going to your physical, sir? Like, are you going to your regularly scheduled doctor's appointments? Like, you're of a certain age. I would think they'd be doing that in your complete blood panel, like
I
your
just
lipids,
get
your
a
cholesterol.
colonoscopy.
You're doing what you need to do. God,
Check your prostate, sir.
yeah, but God bless you.
Um, this is just unfortunate. I just really hate this for Tawanda because Tawanda, out of all of them, regardless of what's currently happening, she's extremely supportive of all of her sisters. She's always there. She's always showing up, and always kind of this workhorse mentality because she was residing in that assistant realm. So whatever they would call, they would just put it on her, and she would do it, and not have to get it done. And it also always gave, like, if you didn't know any better, you would think that Tawanda was this because she is the bearer and the carrier and the giver and the,
Hmm.
yeah. So the fact that nobody's here, and then we have the aspect of Trina leaving, maybe, hopefully she don't, I don't know. Dang!
Yeah.
Dang, I was like, maybe, maybe this ain't your turn to marry that man. Maybe we don't need what you call it, the unit. Maybe we don't need to marry the unit right now. Maybe
Maybe
we
not.
wait a little bit and just try it again later. But we will
Yeah, when
see.
the things are aligning, because the Lord is trying to tell you something. What Bishop Gabriel say?
We
God
finally
is trying to tell you something right now. Yes, right now. That's what he's saying.
speak, Lord.
Mhm. Speak to me. That's what Suge
Oh,
said.
God. Thank you so much, Jane, for the super chat. Another bad reality show titled Tyra. Are you ready to turn away from what? From the dark skin and join me and admit reality TV shows are trash? Dane, I shall never. Okay, let it go, Bookie. But yeah, that was that for these two episodes, and I'm looking forward to seeing what happens next. Now, normally at this point, we do give predictions, but we not even built like that with this type of show. Ashley, I'm coming to you first. Will the sisters, and I know we can't make a miracle in a day, we can't make a miracle in a season, but if at all, even a little bit, will the sisters heal this season?
No. And it's crazy because we've been watching them for what, 13 years, 10 plus years we've been watching them because it hasn't been consecutive, right? And I feel like we know them. I think we feel like we know their personalities individually. And the way that they moved in these first two episodes tells me everything I need to, barring divine intervention and like the Lord coming down and being like, look, heifers, y'all need to get your lives together. I don't foresee it. I don't think their hearts are open to it. A part of me feels like they like it. Part of me feels like they like the angst of it. I think when they are this salacious and this contentious on the show, they get more ratings, ensuring a bigger bag. I think money has kind of been
I was
at
gonna
the root cause of a lot of this, because like, oh yeah, nobody wants to see a peaceful Braxton situation is what they think, or the producers think, and I think they play into it for a bag. I hate that. My prayer is that someday they do get true healing, starting with the mama, right? But at the end of this season, I don't think so. I want them to, but I really don't feel it deep down on the inside.
say. Now, with that being said, I also wanted to pose, do you at all feel like this could all be an act just for ratings, just for TV, and they're actually okay?
I think part of it could be a bag, and they could have learned the game. But part of me knows that it's not all that. I think they're ramping some things up potentially, but I do think this is them. Unfortunately, what do you think, Tyra? Do you think it's
Don't
just
want it to
them?
be. I don't want it to be. It just feels like there's always something alarming going on. Even with, I think I saw something a month or so back with Tamar, and she went passed out and came to, and her teeth were knocked out, and it was blood. I'm like, what are we doing? Like, what's happening? What?
I know.
I don't know. I would like for it to be. I did not say dark skin. I said dark side. Be quiet, Dane. I would like for it not to be. I just because I know we're not delusional enough to think, oh, this is all reality TV is all real. We know that it
No.
isn't. But then that begs in the question of boundaries and how far are we willing to go to get those ratings and get a bag and get, those viral moments so that people are talking. Because baby niece wouldn't have been nowhere near none of this. We're gonna handle this and take care of her. Well, what is this? And it's just kind of giving, well, the train kind of passed as far as us mourning and the narrative being around Tracy. Now we got something else. I don't like that.
Yeah.
I do not like that. But will the sisters heal this season? I don't think so. I don't think so. They're probably going to end off on a note, and it's going to be perceived as, we're in a better place. Even though I want to knock Tamar's head off on the table, and it's always giving 2 against 1 or three against 1, or it's just 2 against 2 or 1 against. It's just too much.
I would love it if it was an act, Tyra, but deep down in my knower, it's not. Like I said, I feel like we have too much history with these ladies. We know how they move. We know how they act when they are aggravated or when their feelings are hurt or when they're there. It's just too much history for this to all be an act. Like, now, some of it for sure, they're doing some of this, putting certain storylines in for dramatic effect. But at the core of it, there's a broken sisterhood, in my opinion.
Well, that's the show, y'all. That is the show. Ashlee, anything you want to say to the people?
Yeah, thank you guys so much for being here, for supporting the lives. This was amazing. Thank y'all. We plan to keep covering it, and we'll be back next week. If you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss a thing, and drop something in the comments after this video airs.
Yeah, you too. Can y'all please drop down and let
Or
us
hype us up if you
yeah,
can.
hype me up. Let us know if you think the sisters are going to heal this season. I would be interested to read your answers. Let us know why they're going to heal or why not, and we'll give our feedback accordingly. Thank you guys so much for being here. If you love what you heard and want to hear more and want us to continue, please comment underneath the video. Please hit that like button and tell a friend that on Saturdays we are talking about the Braxtons. Y'all have a good night.
Good night.
Think I am. Don't you know that he was my man? But I chose to let him go. So why do you reply like I care about him? Looking at me like I'm hurt. Not the one who said I didn't want it work. Don't you forget I had birds.